I am Haliger Lingappa, Assistant Professor, Government Postgrad College, Siriguppa. Today's my chapter is elasticity, and this Hooke's law, stress strain diagram, then Young's modulus, bulk modulus, and rigidity modulus. So, today we have discussed about what about this statement of Hooke's law. Then the expression for Hooke's law. So this fundamental law of electricity, elasticity, was proposed by Robert Hooke in 1679. Then it states that provided the strain is small, the stress is directly proportional to the strain. In other words, the ratio of stress to strain is a constant quantity for the given material, and it is called the modulus of elasticity or coefficient of elasticity. So Hooke's law, which states that within the elastic limit, a stress is directly proportional to strain. Then stress is equal to E into strain, where E, proportionality constant, is known as modulus of elasticity. Then E is equal to stress by strain. The units and the dimensions of the modulus of elasticity are the same as that of stress. That means Newton per meter square. Then what about elastic limit? When the stress is continuously increased, in the case of solids, a point is reached at which the strain increased more rapidly. The stress at which the linear relationship between stress and strain hold good is called elastic limit of the material. It is a point up to which the material which obeys Hooke's law is known as elastic limit. Beyond that elastic limit, where there is no linear relationship between stress and strain, so now you see the stress strain diagram. If you plot a graph, so stress versus strain, we will get a graph as shown in the figure. Look at, there are of many points, A, B, D, E of E, so like that, where O, that indicates a permanent such. Then O to A, that indicates the elastic range. Up to the point A, so called the material which obeys Hooke's law. Point A is called elastic limit. So beyond that, where the body which does not obey the Hooke's law, at point B, D, then say F, where F is called a plastic range. So beyond that F, where the body which loses its property of elasticity, which gains, which exhibit the property of plasticity. so called the nature of the graph which obtained when we plot a graph as stress versus strain. Their direct proportionality between stress and strain is found to be true only for a small value of strain, so as shown in the figure. The portion OA of the curve is a straight line showing that the stress is directly proportional to strain. It shows that Hooke's law is strictly obeyed up to the value of stress corresponding to point A. This point is called elastic limit. Beyond point A, the curve is not a straight line. In this region, AB, the strain increases more rapidly than the stress. And the behavior is partly elastic and partly plastic. If the object is unloaded at point B, it does not come back to its original condition along path AO, but it takes the dotted path BC. The object is said to have acquired permanent set. That means under that condition, the object which does not regain its original shape. And OC is called a residual strain. Beyond the point B, the length of the wire starts increasing without any increase in stress. Thus, wire begins to flow after point B and it continues up to D. The point B at which the wire begins to flow is called yield point, where point B is called yield point. Behind the point of the graph indicates that the length of the wire increases even if the wire is unloaded. The wire breaks ultimately at a point E called the breaking point of the wire. The portion of the graph between D and E is called the plastic region. So, because in that region, the body, that means the material, which loses its elastic property and then which exhibit the property of plasticity. So, there are three types of elasticity. We have three types of elasticity. Linear elasticity called Young's modulus corresponding to linear strain. Elasticity of volume or bulk modulus corresponding to volume strain. Elasticity of shape or a shear modulus or modulus of rigidity corresponding to shear strain. So, Young's modulus, bulk modulus and rigidity modulus, there are three types of elasticity. Say Young's modulus. When the deforming force is applied to the body only along a particular direction, the change per unit length in that direction is called longitudinal, linear or elongation strain. The force applied per unit area of cross section is called longitudinal or linear stress. The ratio of longitudinal stress to a linear strain within the elastic limit is called Young's modulus. it is denoted by y is equal to longitudinal stress by linear strain. Consider a wire of length L having area of cross section A fixed at one end and loaded at the other end. Suppose that a normal force F is applied to the free end of the wire and its length increases by L. Then a longitudinal stress force per unit area F by A and a linear strain change in length by original length, so L by L. So then y is equal to F by A by L by L, or y is equal to F L by AL, the expression for Young's modulus. Young's modulus can also be defined as the force applied to a wire of unit length and unit cross-sectional area to produce the increase in length by unit T. The units of Young's modulus are Pascal or Newton per meter square, and diameter centimeter square in CGS, so CGS system. Then bulk modulus. It is defined as the ratio of the normal stress to the volume strain. It is denoted by K. The bulk modulus is also known as the coefficient of cubical elasticity. So, which is the ratio of normal stress to volume strain. Consider a cubic of volume V on surface area A. Suppose that a force F which acts uniformly over the whole surface of the cubic produces a decrease in its volume by V. Then normal stress which is given by force per unit area of A and volume strain is equal to V by V, change in volume by original volume. Then bulk modulus which is equal to FV by AV. So the expression for bulk modulus. Now the pressure P is equal to F by A. By the basic definition of the pressure, so called it is force per unit area. Then K is equal to minus PV by V. If the volume increase on increasing the stress, the bulk modulus is given by K is equal to PV by V. The units of bulk modulus is Pascal or Newton per meter square in SI system. Compressibility, the reciprocal of the bulk modulus of material is called compressibility. That is 1 by K. So now the third type of elasticity, so-called modulus of rigidity. It is defined as the ratio of tangential stress to shear strain. It is also called a shear modulus. It is denoted by eta. Eta is equal to tangential stress by shear strain. So consider a rectangular block whose lower face ADCC is fixed and the upper face ABBD is subjected to tangential force F. Let A be the area of each face and AD is equal to L with the perpendicular distance between them. The tangential force will displace the upper face of parallel face by a distance A dash is L. If the triangle ADA dash which is equal to theta, then theta is the angle of shear. Tangential stress is equal to F by A and shear strain is equal to angle of shear which is equal to theta. Then eta is equal to F by A by theta is equal to F by A theta. For solids, angle of shear is very small. So, in triangle DA dash, theta is approximately equal to tan theta is equal to A dash by AD, which is equal to L by L. The distance here through which the upper face has been displaced is called lateral displacement. So therefore, eta is equal to FL by AL. Thank you. So these are the three types of elastic constants. So Young's modulus, rigidity modulus, bulk modulus. So thank you.